Intel, the biggest chip producer in the world, with a lot of headwind lately. Today I will analyze the stock and where it's heading. I would like to start with a quick overview of the company. Intel was founded in the year 1986 by Gordon and a guy named Robert, and they started making computer chips. In the year 2000 they had a big boom and then a big fall, but all in all Intel has prevailed and become the largest chip manufacturer in the world. However, lately they have struggled because of the big competition and many believe they are losing their leadership. But is that true? Let's look at it now and we'll start with the financial stability. For this I like to use the 8 pillars. Shout out to Everything Money, because I think it's a simple and good way to look at the financial stability of a company. We start with the PE, where we see it is high today, of almost 37 currently, what is above our 20 mark, especially for such a large company. But you also have to take into account the large fluctuations that are currently taking place. You can see it on the chart. Next we have the gross profit margins, who are at 38% but are falling, however still good. The revenue growth can be frightening because it has fallen by 20% and it's set to fall further, but it's only a I think it's only temporary why this is happening. I will explain after the financial overview. Next we looking at the net income, which is falling hard, which also is a bad sign. More on that later. Now let's watch if they diluting their owners. What we see, they did not, maybe a little bit in the recent year, because they got big problems and trying to raise capital for their investments. Next we are looking at their liabilities, which are 48 billion, and their free cash flow, which is 10 billion, which is a negative compared to the previous year of 200%, which is frightening. So all in all it looks really bad for the company, but is it maybe a value play? The revenue decline has many reasons. One of them is they lost 4 billion in the PC market and 2 billion in their business division for large operations. All in all it looks really bad, but you can't forget that we are coming from a booming market which was driven by the crypto market and the corona stay home time. Now the market is falling and has competition like never before, AMD, Nvidia or Micron. So they decided to invest a lot into their future in projects mainly in the US, which is a positive for most investors who are skeptical about China's involvement in the chip market. How you see, most of their biggest research bases are in China, Chengdu, and their biggest facility is also there. Of course, it has some advantages because you can produce and assemble it at the same time without large deliveries. But they have now production sites in the US and some in other countries which they expanded in size. So you could say they're building to diversify. All over the world they are present. And in this picture you can see the fab. This stands for the fabrication sites, and the management of board of Intel has decided to pursue a long-term plan where I like to quote them: driving execution excellence across process, production and foundry roadmaps, remain on track to regain transistor and power performance leadership by 2025. So the goal by 2025 seems to build better chips than their competitors. Now let's talk a little bit more about their bad balance sheet. In terms of profit and sales, the company has a big loss in the net income of 11 billion, but there's a clear reason for that. They have invested $42 billion in the last 2 years in new production facilities, which will be completed, I think so, before 2025. In the long term, it will help them to be better than their competitors and make powerful chips, but these are hypotheses that cannot be known. But there's a high probability though, because I can see other reasons why they would invest so much money in short-term investments. If you look at the competition, Intel, I think it's the better company when you look at the value of the company, especially if you look at Nvidia, which is smaller than Intel but has 9 times bigger market capitalization, or Micron, who is not so overvalued but don't invest that much into their future. So all in all, I think Intel is a great investment opportunity. My numbers for Intel are $47 in the low side and $122 on the high side and $72 in the middle. And that's really all I had to say about Intel. I hope you liked the video and write a comment about what you think about the company. Thank you and see you next time.